So, I played a game. I'm going to showcase the game because I don't know. It is a blitz game. It's not like the best game in the world, but I figured it would be fun to try to get you lot to you know guess the elo of my opponent because it's quite a nice game from my part obviously, but it's my opponent obviously not subscribed. I mean that's disgraceful. It is a blitz game, 3-0 blitz that I played earlier. And I figured I'd show it just because it could be some, a little bit educational. As you can see, I did, oh, I highlighted things. I just go through quickly, analyze it myself, kind of give some explanations. So, if you want to read through it, you can. Um, it will be in this. Oh, that's not the right one. It will be in this, the 1 to 12 or 100 to 1200 educational speedrun. It's not part of those games, but I'm going to include it anyway, just because it's gonna be like a somewhat educational game. So yeah, let's get into the review, I suppose. So first of all, we have e4, which I basically always play as white. We get e4, e5, standard. We get knight f3 because I really like playing the Scotch. That's not Scotch. I really like playing the Scotch. It's my favorite opening, so if I can, I'll play e4, e5, knight f3. Because, and we get d6, which is the Philidor defense. I don't like this move. It's theory, it's the Philidor defense. It is theory, but I just don't like it. I like to call it a positional sacrifice, or a positional gambit, more like. Because although it's theory, I mean, why is the engine on? What the? I broke the engine. Although it's theory, it's not a good move. I mean, the eval goes from like normal e4, e5, knight f3 stuff to basically winning for white immediately. So there's that. Well, I just play d4 because probably the best move. I don't know. Why is the engine showing up? Go away. Get off. Why are you here? Go away. No. Leave. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why the engine's there. There we go. Okay, we got rid of the engine. So I played d4 because, once again, I'm a Scotch player. And this is, theory still. We get takes, as you should. We get takes, normal stuff. We get knight c6, we get knight c3, all theory up to this point, and then my opponent takes. Never a good move, really. If my queen can capture back, people might think it's bad to capture back with your queen. Obviously you have to here because otherwise you're just down a knight. But people don't like bringing that queen to the center of the board, which is why people oftentimes just take with the knight and let the queen capture back. But the queen can't be immediately attacked, right? Like, yes, this is a move, but then you just have a permanent weakness, and that's not good. You just have a permanent weakness. If you play this after this, it's not good. If the knight wasn't here, for instance, and say we somehow got this knight to take here instead, and then my queen took, and then you could develop this knight, that would be good for black, because then you develop your knight with a tempo, but in this case you don't. Obviously I just take here because my position is completely fine, and I have constant pressure on this pawn, which you'll see becomes a very big part of this game later on. Get queen d7, which not really a blunder or a mistake, it just does absolutely nothing. It just does nothing at all. I don't know why it was played. It's just so passive, it prevents your bishop from developing, at all, It just blocks in your bishop. Your queen isn't looking at anything. These squares are defended. This square does nothing. This square does nothing. This square just play this. It does nothing, basically. Yeah. I could have played, bishop e3 or bishop f4 in this position. I could have played bishop e3, bishop f4. Those two moves are probably better. But as a Scotch player, I like my f3s. Typically, you play f3 after this, and after this and this, but I played f3. It's not the best move in the position, and I know that, but I'm just more comfortable in these kinds of positions where we have this. I'm just more comfortable in those positions, so I played it. knowing it's not a completely losing move. It's a completely fine move. It's, you know, engine. It's not one of the top engine moves, but it's, you know, it's probably like plus 2.2 in this position for white. It's very good. So, and then we get this bishop e7 once again. It's basically the same as this move. It just does nothing, and it allows my queen to take on g7, which obviously is playable. Not the best though, because it can be quite dubious. Obviously, you know, queen can take, bishop can come here, kick my queen out. You know, we do not go there. You know, we bring my queen back. You know, opponent develops a bishop, gains some tempo while I get a pawn. It's playable for black. Don't get me wrong, but you don't want to do it whilst in this kind of position. You know, so we take, and then the opponent makes the first blunder, which is this. If the bishop came back, it would have been completely fine because, you know, queen would have been under attack, rook would have been defended, rook's defending the knight. There would have been nothing happening, but instead I take the rook because it's check and a free rook, and then the bishop comes back, which is the only move. That's what this little thing means. It's the only move. And obviously I take the knight because it's free, and then the bishop comes back again to block. The queen should have blocked here because then it disallows me from doing this, winning this. But instead I give a check, bishop blocks again because it's the only move, and then I take the pawn, which wasn't necessarily the best move. As you see, I drew an arrow here. Knight d5 was probably the best move here. But I mean, I'm going to play them both anyway, and I figured free pawn, you know. Free pawn is free pawn, so I take it. And we get this, and then I play knight d5 because, you know, it's preventing the queen from moving, really. This is not coming forward, so this bishop's locked in. This bishop's still locked in. This knight's attacking or threatening to take this with a fork, so it's threatening to take c7 with a fork on the king, rook, and queen. So it's a very strong move right here, d5. Would have been just as strong as the previous move, if not stronger, but we played it here instead. And then we get king coming forwards, which is a move. Sorry, the puppy is crying, and I'm not sure why. King comes to d7, which is just a move. It's not good, not bad, it's just a move. And then we get this little triangle means with the idea of, you know, applying pressure to the queen via an x-ray. Obviously, you know, something like this would win the queen. So, you know, that was the idea here, just adding pressure to the position. And also, you know, kind of just scouting, really. Mainly just applying pressure to the queen. We get a queen going back, which is a blunder for the reason you're about to see now, as I start the following sequence of moves that are calculated. We get queen h3. Sorry. Probably once again not the best move. Once again, also don't care. I saw this sequence of moves and I was like, if this works out, it's a very nice checkmate. So I played it, you know, I played it because it's nice. So yeah, we played it, and then we got this being a force move once again. That's what this little circly thing means. Obviously, bishop is now attacking my queen, but I ignore that and then play h4. You know, I don't know. I've studied a lot of games here. Now there is this. Obviously, with the idea of, you know, takes wins the queen, but that wasn't my idea. We get bishop takes, and you see, you probably shouldn't snap take pieces. I mark this as a brilliant move because, I don't know, it reminds me of something like Leela would do, you know, like the chess engine. Reminds me of something just, oh, queen's hanging on the other side of the board. Yeah, let's just go to the opposite side of the board and play h4. Because, just leave the queen, you know? So I played this and I was like, eh, it works. It's not the best move, by the way. It's not the best move by any means. But it's still a very, very good move. It's probably one of the top engine moves. We get bishop takes. From here it's a force mate in 2. You can pause and try to calculate this if you'd want to, but from here it is a force mate in 2 for white. So you can pause and figure that out. Let me know in the comments if you did figure it out. Okay, now we get bishop to b5. Obviously, like I said earlier, trying to win back the queen. But that wasn't the idea of winning back the queen. Because now the king comes forwards, as it's the only move. Bishop's covering this, Nice covering this and this. King had to come down, right? Only move. Only move, and we get this. Because it's a force mate into. And we get bishop to e3 with the checkmate. This bishop covers these squares. This knight covers these squares. This bishop covers this square and this square. And this bishop also gives the check. That's why you do not snap take queens, because that happens. It was 3-0 blitz, so you know, but there's that. If anyone can guess the elo of my opponent in the comments, then I will pin your comment, or the closest guess to the opponent's elo. I'll put it in the comments. Guess the opponent's elo, and I will pin the comment, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I don't know. That's that. Hope you enjoy the game. Maybe learn something from it. I don't know. Who knows?